Okay, so you don't necessarily have to write all this down, but what I can tell you is I've been actually a professor at Mary Baldwin University in college for 10 years. I live in Roanoke, and so I've actually been teaching in the adult degree program, now called Mary Baldwin Online. I've been an adjunct professor there. I was a professor at Jefferson College of Health Sciences for many years. I grew up, just to give you a little background on myself, I grew up in
New Jersey.
New Jersey. I'm from Edison, New Jersey. Went to the Ohio State University and got a psychology degree there, and then got my PhD up in upstate New York in Binghamton, New York. Anybody ever been up to northern New York? Way up there in Binghamton. And once, I don't know if I've said it, I like bicycle riding. Did I say that already? So like bicycle riding, and one time took a one-day bicycle ride. I have asthma, but one day took a one-day bicycle ride from Binghamton, New York back to Edison, New Jersey for 206 miles in a day, and that was during the 80s, and I was I called that inspired lunacy. So you won't be tested on that information. So I got my PhD there. Got married in 1991, been married for 26 years now. My first job was at Rockford University in northern Illinois, and I was a professor there for 17 years, but I started doing a whole lot of research in the disease I have. What disease did I say I have?
Asthma.
Asthma. So I have asthma, and I started doing asthma research, looking at how asthma and how people could self-manage their asthma. Now, does anybody know what field of psychology that kind of maps into? There is a field of psychology that actually maps into. It's not quite what this class is about, but it's where you talk about kind of chronic diseases and how people can manage their diabetes, their epilepsy, their asthma. Health psychology. Started doing a lot of asthma self-management. It's considered the field of health psychology. So started going into that and became the chair of the State Asthma Coalition in Illinois. Don't worry, you don't have to write any of this down. Started going into that. And then in 2007, Jefferson College of Health Sciences was starting an undergrad program in health psychology. And with all the asthma research I do, I love teaching research and statistics. I love my PhD. Oh, I didn't tell you about my PhD work. My PhD was actually in cognitive psychology. My master's study, 3 years of my life was spent studying how people perceive hand clapping. So if you ever do a search, you type in Tausman hand clapping, you may find an abstract. That was pretty much a colossal waste of my time, but I got to learn a lot of things that are completely useless, but that's what a lot of life is about, right? So my master's was on that. My dissertation was on another cognitive psychology topic. It was more normal. It was reading research. So the whole, the engagement situation. I studied how people read and understand cognitive things and process things phonologically. So I do have training on that, and even my qualifying exams. I love teaching neuroscience. I started graduate school in the field of neuroscience, but became very allergic to the rats very quickly, so I couldn't actually do it, but I love teaching neuroscience. So teaching a cognitive neuroscience class, I've never officially done cognitive neuroscience before, but I have a lot of background in this, and I'm looking forward to doing this. So I was at Jefferson College of Health Sciences. Have people heard of Carilion Clinic in Jefferson College? That program started in 2007, and at Jefferson College you go there and you get an OTA, a PTA, a nursing degree, respiratory therapy, and you immediately get a job. If you get a degree, an undergrad degree in health psychology, guess what you get? You get to go to graduate school. So enrollment was terribly low. And so they decided actually last year that they would close the program. And when the opportunity arose that Kim Craig resigned, given my background and that I've been teaching statistics, neuroscience, physiological psychology, and all sorts of other things here, I was asked a couple of weeks ago to get on board, and so about 2 weeks ago I was hired here, which is why I still can't log in to the computers here, but I'm learning my way around. I've been doing it online. I can do it online from just fine. or online at home from just fine, but not necessarily from here. So that is some of my particular background as far as where I come from. So I'm very much looking forward to this particular class. Let me turn off the recording at this point.